Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, briefly, because I don't even know, man. I just don't know. I'm not impressed with the Minnesota Timberwolves in general. I believe they were overhyped. A lot of people were hyping the Timberwolves up when they beat the Lakers in 5 games. And when you think about it, who did the Timberwolves beat? They even beat no one in the postseason. They beat the LeBron James Lakers. And then they beat the Steph Curry-less Warriors. Like I said, Steph Curry played 1 game in that series, man. And the 1 game he played, the Minnesota Timberwolves lost. And now they're playing against a quality team, and they're getting manhandled. So I just don't understand how the Minnesota Timberwolves were overhyped. And I know Anthony Edwards is taking a lot of heat right now for the style of game that he plays, but this man ain't got no help out there. This guy ain't got no help. Where's Rudy Gobert? Julius Randle. We're going to talk about this video, guys. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, Lord. If we start doing a LeBron James treatment for Anthony Edwards, he ain't got no help out there, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly humbled, man, by all support. It really means a lot, guys. Like I said, it does, man, for real. I really am really thankful for all you guys out there, man, that come through. And like I said, you guys like my videos. And, you know, a lot of you guys have been rolling with me since the beginning. A lot of you guys have been rolling with me for a while now, man. So it's really humbling, guys, that you guys say you appreciate my rants and, you know, some of the things that I talk about. And like I said, I tried to always, you know, be real with you guys and give you guys the facts, man. And like I said, and give you guys, you know, me. I'm giving you me, man. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, I wanted to just touch briefly on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I haven't done any videos on these guys, and I haven't really been doing much playoff talk. And, you know, part of that is because the Knicks have been frustrating me, and I don't even want to talk about the Knicks. We're not going to talk about the Knicks, guys. It's whatever, man. But, yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about Anthony Edwards, man. I've seen a lot of Anthony Edwards videos out there, and Anthony Edwards is taking some heat, and rightfully so, man. I mean, the way that he speaks in the post games, I saw my man Uncommon Sense do a video of Anthony Edwards and the way that he was talking in the post game, and, you know, just out there just saying nonsense, you know, taking a page from LeBron James' book, just doing a lot of talking but not saying anything. And I saw my man Jordan versus LeBron doing a video on Anthony Edwards, and, you know, it's really interesting, you know, where Anthony Edwards is right now, or where Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves are right now, because like I said, when they beat the Lakers in the first round, everyone was hyped up on the Timberwolves, man. Shout out to my man 93 Zay. You know, he was riding high on the Timberwolves. And, you know, a lot of people ride high on the Timberwolves because they beat the Lakers the way they beat the Lakers. And like I said, a lot of people were picking the Lakers to win in 5, in 6 games. The Lakers, remember, Lakers in 5. Everybody was saying that. And they lost in 5. And the Timberwolves looked impressive during that series. They looked very tough defensively. They looked very scrappy. Anthony Edwards, I gave Anthony Edwards credit in that playoff series because I said he was actually going at LeBron James. He wasn't backing down to these guys. He was going at them on both sides of the ball. He wasn't backing down from LeBron James, man. And I really respected that about Anthony Edwards. They were still frustrating me with the 3-point shooting, that 1 game that we streamed, right? They were up there chucking up all these threes when they had the lead. Anthony Edwards, like I said, once again, to me, still takes too many threes. In this series against OKC Thunder, this man, I think half of his shots have been threes. So that's not going to get it done, man. Like I said, when Anthony Edwards is out there shooting like, what is he shooting, 32% from the 3-point line in the playoffs, which is a far cry from the 40 or 41% that he shot during the regular season, even though the man was taking 10 threes a game. It ain't going to work in the postseason. Like I said, defenses are tighter. They're going to game plan for you. You're not going to be able to just chuck up these shots like that. So Anthony Edwards, to his credit, has been attacking the rim, but it's either he's attacking the rim or he's chucking up threes. There's no mid-range or in-between with him. And for someone like Anthony Edwards, the mid-range game, that in-between game, would come in handy right now. Because like I said, the 3-point shot's not going down, and the 3-point shot takes away from your overall game. Now, I'm not blaming Anthony Edwards as the reason why they're down 3-1. Like I said, this dude ain't got no help out there, man. Julius Randle is his best teammate, guys, right? Or supposed to be his best teammate. We could argue that Jaden McDaniels has been his best teammate throughout this playoffs, but Julius Randle's supposed to be his best teammate, man. And Julius Randle is one of the most inconsistent people that I've ever seen out here. And I've been saying this about Julius Randle. I've never been a fan of Julius Randle. And I remember when Julius Randle was on the New York Knicks, I did not like Julius Randle. Now, listen, I'm not saying they should have got Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. To me, it's like, what are we doing here? You get rid of Julius Randle, but get Karl Anthony Towns. So it's like, pretty much whatever. It's like a wash, right? But Julius Randle, to me, was never a number one guy, was never a number two guy. To me, he's probably a third at best. At best. And like I said, he's very inconsistent. And Julius Randle's one of those guys where, same thing with him, he plays a very weird game to me. Some games he's chugging all these threes up, like the other game, right? These guys are weird because they'll make 1 or 2 threes, and then they think they're hot. And then they just keep chucking these threes up. And yes, they might make 4 or 5 threes, and they'll just keep chucking up shots. And that's what these guys do. Julius Randle's a shot chucker, man. To me, like I said, he's a little bit overrated. I don't think he was ever that good. Like I said, I don't ever think he's a number 1, number 2 guy. He's never going to lead you anywhere. And this man's been so inconsistent in this series. Like I said, the one game they won, he looked good, but this guy looks bad all the other games. And that's Julius Randle, man. That's it. And that's Anthony Edwards' main guy, our second right-hand man. Jaden McDaniels, like I said, has been very good on the defensive end, but he's also been up and down scoring the ball-wise. Rudy Gobert. Where the hell is Rudy Gobert? Where's Rudy Gobert? Can someone tell me where Rudy Gobert is? This guy's a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, right? 4-time, just won a Defensive Player of the Year award last season. Last year, guys, he didn't win these awards years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. The man just won Defensive Player of the Year award last season. And this man does nothing out there on the basketball court. Who is he shutting down? Who is he holding down? Is he dominating the glass? I'm not saying Rudy Gobert's go out there and drop 20. The man should be getting 15 rebounds a game. Easily. He should be dominating the glass. He should be getting 3, 4, 5 blocks a game. He should be altering shots at the rim, intimidating guys, making them think twice about coming in there. He should be setting good screens. He should be running to the rim for alley-oops. He should be doing all this stuff. He don't do none of that stuff, man. Every once in a while, he'll do something, but by and large, consistently, Rudy Gobert, man, he's just not there. Like I said, for a guy to be a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, to be that bad, inconsistent, is crazy to me. Dikembe Mutombo, who won 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards in his career, at an advanced age, when he played on the Sixers, this man was still really good, man. Still a hellified rebounder, still an elite shot blocker and rim protector. Rudy Gobert was never an elite shot blocker like that, right? We understand. You look at Rudy Gobert's shot block numbers, they're not impressive compared to the elite shot blockers of NBA's history. The Will Chamberlains, the Bill Russells, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Mark Eatons, the Manute Balls, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the David Robinsons, the Patrick Ewings, the Dwight Howards, the guys who are elite shot blockers, Ben Wallace, the Kevin Garnetts. He don't block shots like those dudes, right? Like Alonzo Mourning, right? Some of these guys, Mutombo, he's not on the level of those guys, right? Rudy Gobert's a good shot blocker, but he's not elite. So when you talk about these kinds of things, man, like I said, he's not doing anything out there for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mike Conley, what's Mike Conley doing out there? Mike Conley's been in the league for a long time, man. I believe he's like 35, 36, 37 years old, somewhere around there. He's been in the league for a while. And Mike Conley's a quality point guard when he was at his best, man. Like I said, he played on those really quality Memphis Grizzly teams with Tony Allen and Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol. I think Shane Battier might have been on some of those teams. They were the grit and grind Grizzlies. You guys remember them. Mike Conley was on that team. He was their point guard. Guy's been in the NBA for a long time, man. But at this point in time, I don't know why Mike Conley's still a starting point guard for them. Why is he still starting? How is he still starting? And he does nothing out there. Every once in a while, Mike Conley knocks a shot down, doesn't take a lot of shots, and doesn't do anything impactful really on the game. He's just kind of there as like a guy who just manages the game, essentially. Like I said, I don't know what Mike Conley's doing out there. To me, he shouldn't be a starter. Who are you going to start in place of Mike Conley? I'm not here to figure that out. What I'm saying is, with Anthony Edwards on the court, who's getting double teamed or triple teamed, whatever's happening to him, no excuses. But who the hell is going to step up? Where's Rudy Gobert? He said, where's Mike Conley at? Where's Julius Randle at? Jaden McDaniels, DiVincenzo, Naz Reid. Like, I mean, where are all these guys at to step up and help Anthony Edwards out here? Because once again, if Anthony Edwards is the main guy, which we know he is, there's only so much he can do if no one else is doing anything, right? Because they're not going to be worried about Julius Randle. They're not going to be worried about, DiVincenzo or Jaden McDaniels. They're not going to be worried about, Rudy Gobert or Mike Conley. So they can leave these guys open. They don't got to cover them like that. So that's a more of a burden on Anthony Edwards. Once again, it's not making excuses for Anthony Edwards, but to me, When we talk about, oh, this guy ain't got no help, where's Anthony Edwards' help at, man? Where's his teammates to step up? Where are they? And the main point here of this video, I think we need to understand, is that the Minnesota Timberwolves, they didn't beat anybody this postseason. They beat no one. They were not tested. Once again, they were not tested. The Minnesota Timberwolves, guys. They weren't tested. When we talk about these guys overall, like I said, who they beat the Lakers in the first round with LeBron James, who wasn't playing a lick of defense out there, wasn't doing a damn thing. This is what you got going on. This is what you got going on, guys. They beat the LA Lakers with LeBron James, with a sidekick Luka Doncic, apparently, with the savant of basketball, J.J. Redick, which is not true. And then the second round, they beat the Steph Curry-less Warriors. I told you, and the only game that they lost to the Warriors was the one game that Steph Curry played in. And we know he got hurt at the end of that game. But that was literally the only game they won, was the game that Steph Curry played in. They didn't win any of the other games, or excuse me, the Warriors lost every other game without Steph Curry because Draymond Green is Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler and the other guys, they can't operate without Steph Curry. He's the engine. We all realize this. But that was the two teams that the Minnesota Timberwolves beat leading up to the Western Conference Finals, guys. And I'm not knocking them. And, they beat who was in front of them. But they were never tested. They were not. It was the same thing I said about the OKC Thunder when they played that second round matchup against the Nuggets. The reason why the OKC Thunder, to me, they looked terrible in that series. They looked very inconsistent. They looked like they were trying to learn the Nuggets and trying to get their footing. Why is that? Because they weren't tested in the first round. You went against a Memphis Grizzlies team that was not on your level without John Morant. John Morant went down and missed some of those games. So you really weren't tested in that first round. You weren't tested, or the Minnesota Timberwolves weren't tested. That's why in OKC they were tested against the Nuggets. That's why they came out prepared against the Minnesota Timberwolves and beat them down in that first game. When you talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves and who they've beaten, they have not been tested like that. So they're now in the Western Conference Finals, but they didn't really have to go against anybody. You went, like I said, you beat LeBron James, Luka Doncic, who we all know was injured often and not in shape like that, and blah, 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 blah. LeBron James, who ain't playing a lick of defense, standing around, load managing on his team, like not making the cross half court. You beat that team, all right? No one's impressed. And like I said, you beat the Golden State Warriors without Steph Curry. Not impressive. Now you're playing against a team fully healthy with their best player, and they're a quality team, and you guys are getting ran roughshod here. And once again, the Timberwolves look like they don't know what to do, how to react. And Anthony Edwards is over there talking, oh, I didn't take that many shots. Dude, why didn't you take that many shots? That's on you. You got to go out there and do your thing. You got to go out there and put the shots up. It was like Nikola Jokic in the Game 7. What did he take, 12 shots or something like that? You got to take the shots. You got to take the shot. Don't matter if you're making them. You got to put the shots up. Now, I'm not saying Anthony Edwards needs to go out there and chuck a bunch of threes up because that's what he's been doing. He needs to stop taking all these damn threes. I told you, half of his shots have been threes. It's not going to get it done, man. You got to do something else. You can't always get to the rim and dunk it. You got to try to find something in between. And once again, you got to try to do other things, rebound, and play defense at that level because you can impact the game on the defensive end. You can turn defense into offense. This is what you can do, guys. All right? You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts. The Minnesota Timberwolves, to me, have not done anything impressive. And that's why they're struggling right now. Anthony Edwards needs some help out there. But also, he needs to take accountability in the postgame and stop making excuses and talking like a clown and a goof, man. Man up, man. My goodness. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.